and construction services, along with porta potties and septic pumping. Please remember to always bag your garbage before placing it into your can. Even the smallest breeze can cause garbage to scatter everywhere as it is being dumped into our garbage trucks. For service and questions, visit starvalleydisposal.com. That's starvalleydisposal.com.
At the University of Wyoming, ideas come to life. It's where the spirit of innovation and boundless curiosity fuel our hunger for knowledge. It's where the past meets the present and our students shape a brighter future.
I'm a student athlete.
I'm a musician.
I'm a mentor.
And I'm a cowboy.
The world needs more cowboys.
My name is Anna Altbell, and since I was young, Desi's dance studio has been like a second home to me. Dance has always been my favorite language, and Desi's gave me the space to embrace it 100%. Whether it was ballet, tap, lyrical, or ballroom, I knew there were always two things I could count on: supportive instructors and lifelong friends. The confidence and identity I have today are all thanks to my time at the studio.
For more information and to get started, visit Desi'sDance.com. The winter sledding season will be here before you know it. Make sure you're ready for the best winter yet by making your reservations at Kodiak Mountain Resort in Afton, Wyoming. The resort is located just minutes away from some of the best backcountry sledding in the Rocky Mountains, regardless of experience. And with plenty of trailer parking and a large complimentary breakfast, there is no place better to stay while you enjoy the Wyoming winter. Book your stay today by visiting KodiakMountainResort.com.
For 18 years, Miles CPA has been your trusted partner in Star Valley, blending experience and expertise to support our community's financial needs. With a combined 75 years of experience, our dedicated team includes 3 skilled CPAs, along with 3 specialized bookkeepers. We're thrilled to welcome Amanda Wilford, our newest CPA, to the Miles CPA family. Together, we offer unmatched services in bookkeeping, payroll, business consulting, and tax preparation. Your financial success is our priority. Miles CPA, always a strong supporter of Star Valley Braves sports and activities. Go Braves!
Just had a birthday party at the Fun Zone in Afton. It was so cool. We got to play basketball, ping pong, and foosball. We were able to bring our own Nerf guns and even watched a movie on a giant projector screen. For my next birthday, I want to have my party at the Fun Zone too. Mom said the Fun Zone will also work great for my sister's wedding reception in a few months and next summer's family reunion. For reservations, visit svfunzone.com.
For the last 40 years, my goal was to move to a place like this. And so now I moved here. I couldn't really do much of anything.
He's relatively young for hip arthritis and was limited significantly because of the pain. We decided that the best course would be proceeding with a hip replacement.
It was easy. It was just, I know it sounds strange, right, when you know what they do. One of the greatest things about moving to Star Valley has been Dr. Linford and Mountain West Orthopedic.
Battleson Brothers Carpet One Floor and Home is clearing stock with massive discounts. Right now, while supplies lasts, find select LVP and carpet 50% off. Battleson Brothers also has over 8,500 square feet of hardwood, normally $7.99 per square foot, but currently just $3.99. And choose select tile for just $1.99 per square foot. Come see the flooring professionals, located 1 block south of the Arch in Afton.
Price, quality, service, Battleson Brothers Flooring.
B&H Auto in Afton has been serving the Star Valley community for over 10 years. With a qualified and trained staff, you can trust B&H Auto for brakes, maintenance, repairs, tires, and more. That's B&H Auto on the north end of Afton. Service you can ride on.
Have you heard how you can earn some extra cash from Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union? Bring us any new or refinanced auto, ATV, or RV loan, and we will give you 1% back in cash. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, OAC, member NCUA.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, it's not only about mining phosphate for production of crop nutrients that support western U.S. farmers and ranchers. It's about supporting our employees, neighbors, and local communities and their families. From providing quality competitive jobs to being an active partner in our local communities. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine. Passion for people and supporting local families by bringing Earth's resources to life.
Live on Swift 98, SVI Media, and the SVI Sports Network. This is Star Valley High School Sports and the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to tip-off.
And welcome back to the Crimson Cathedral here at Star Valley High School. And today it's the Lady Braves' turn to play their home opener as they host the Preston Indians from just a little bit down south. You're listening to the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to tip-off, your home for totally free checking, where free really does mean free. Visit gofirstbank.com. We're about 5 minutes away from tip-off time here as the Lady Braves get set to take on the Preston Indians. Lady Braves coming off that loss last night at Mountain Crest. That one kind of got away from them in the second half, especially the fourth quarter, as they lost that one 49-25. They'll be looking to try and bounce back into the win column here this afternoon as they take on Preston. First home game, as they said, and we'll see if the Lady Braves offense is up to the task. Their effort is always there. The defense is always there. The points have been tough to come by so far this season. As we get into things, let's take a look at the Crimson Corner, brought to you by the University of Wyoming. Find your reason to be a Cowboy at uwyo.edu. Just getting you caught up. The JV girls just won 49-27. The JV girls with the win. And I do have a little bit of information for you. Day one of the Richardson Memorial for the Star Valley Braves wrestling team. 28 teams in attendance. Star Valley currently fifth after day one with 116 points. Kimball and Tell Perry at 120 and 138 respectively are into the finals. Cooper Burke at 165 advanced to the semis where he fell. And the last check I had, Grant Thompson was awaiting to wrestle in the semifinals at 215. That's a look at your Crimson Corner. Oh, also, better mention the Braves basketball. They are in Smithfield, Utah currently to take on the Skyview Bobcats. That one's scheduled to tip off at 4:30. Duke Dance is on location for that one. That is a look at your Crimson Corner, brought to you by the University of Wyoming. Again, find your reason to be a Cowboy at uwyo.edu. All part of the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to tip-off. Again, your better banking experience is here. Check out First Bank's upgrade to online and mobile banking at gofirstbank.com. The Lady Braves, just with the one victory on the season, they took care of Rollins back at the Flaming Gorge Classic, lost last night, and then there's another big gap after today's game. The next game isn't for 2 more weeks, so no games on the next weekend, that weekend of the 10th and the 11th. Just the way that the schedule went with the tournament schedules early and then conference coming up, and there's just a gap there. That's just how it is this season. And so the Lady Braves would love to get a victory here today if possible. So maybe work on that during that extra weekend of no contest before they start conference play. We're going to take a 60-second break, and when we come back, we'll do the starting lineups. It's all part of the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to tip-off.
Western is a fantastic option when it comes to higher education. We're awarded consistent upper rankings year to year from entities such as University HQ, College Factual, and Intelligent.com. But don't just take their word for it. Listen to what our own students had to say about why they love Western.
The sense of community that this campus has.
Intramurals are always fun, in my opinion.
They like all of the instructors and the coursework.
The tuition is very affordable.
I have awesome teachers. They're personal and great.
There's always an adventure when you're here.
If you feel a burning in the back of your heel or lower calf that worsens with activity, you may have Achilles tendonitis. This often occurs as the result of repeated movements of certain sports, such as running, tennis, or basketball. Dr. Andrew McCall at Alpine Foot and Ankle is your local expert for Achilles tendonitis treatments and many more foot and ankle problems. To learn more and to schedule a consultation, visit alpinefootandAnkle.clinic. That's alpinefootandAnkle.clinic.
The countdown to tip-off is made possible by First Bank of Wyoming, your home for totally free personal and business checking. Visit gofirstbank.com.
Back at it here at Star Valley High School's gymnasium as we are now set to bring you the starting lineup here in just a few moments. Brought to you by Mountain Star Products. Plumbing supply, gravel, sand, topsoil, excavation, road building, and equipment rental located on Rocky Road in Afton. Lady Braves going to be wearing the whites trimmed with crimson and gold. The Preston Indians wearing their road blues with the white lettering as they come off the floor here for that starting lineup. Again, the Braves on the road with this, hopefully this is the last split weekend we have with the tournament play and this one non-conference game. I'll be honest with you, I'm an old-fashioned guy. I grew up not only as a kid watching the double weekend, or the double headers with the girls and boys games, but also my broadcasting career. That's what I appreciate. I'm be glad to get back into that. I don't like splitting up like this. I miss Duke is what I do. I miss Duke. I want him back in my life. And before we get to the starting lineup, we're going to have the national anthem brought to you by Hastings Ace Hardware. This is a new program they're doing. They are honoring a super fan for each game. It was Rhett Sherbel last night. Addison Crook. And they kind of make a big deal out of it with the team, and so I think it's pretty neat. I like the idea of it. So Addison Crook, you are the super fan for today's game. National anthem coming up. Sponsored by Hastings Ace Hardware. We'll send it to the floor.
We invite you to remain standing and hold your applause until after the colors have been retired. The national anthem today will be performed by Nellie May.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Sponsored today by Hastings Ace Hardware. Starting lineup coming up here from Mountain Star Products. Again, located on Rocky Road in Afton. Mr. Jeff Johnson on the PA mic for tonight. Number 10 getting the start, Taylor Wakely. Number 11 is Dottie Keller. Number 12 is Ella Marlowe. Number 14 is Britley Harris. And number 23 is Ellie Nelson. So Wakely, Keller, Marlowe, Harris, and Nelson. Starting lineup for the Star Valley Lady Braves. A junior, number 4, that is Cameron Mackey. Another junior wearing number 5 is Ambry Nelson. Number 15, a senior, that's Cambry Johnson. Back into the starting lineup, a senior wearing number 21 is Emily Dana. Emily's missed the last several games. And rounding out the starting lineup, wearing number 24, a junior, is Ruby Hill. Lady Braves coached by Cade Erickson, assisted by Jason Kazer, Susan Darlington, and Shaylin Hathaway. All right, we are ready to get after it here. Like Ruby is going to jump center circle for the Lady Braves, and it'll be Ellie Nelson for Preston High School. Tell you what, I know we say this all the time, Star Valley High School band is fantastic. They have got a terrific group. Again, Mr. Sand does a tremendous job. And we are away. Tip is controlled by the Lady Braves. Ambry Nelson will bring it across the timeline and set things up first for Star Valley. Cambry Johnson, top of the key, looking on the defense. Hill now surveying. Back to Dana, wide open for the 3. That's too strong, bounces around and pulled down by Taylor Wakely. Here come the Indians. Dottie Keller dumps it off as she drives. That's too high up and over the rim, and we've got a battle for the basketball. A jump ball is called. And it looks like the possession arrow will stay with Preston. Wakely checking this in. Guarded by Johnson. She'll get it into Harris. Now down low to Nelson, and that's a good-looking shot. Ellie Nelson looks like she's got some post moves, and Preston strikes first, and a full-court press being put on Star Valley here right out of the gate. Cambry Johnson has it swiped away. It's going to be poked out of bounds, I believe. No, they're going to say Preston. Oh, okay. I thought he pointed the opposite way, but hey, he's down there and I'm up here. So the Lady Braves will retain possession. Preston's defense going to see if they can't hurt Star Valley with this press. Johnson, dangerous bounce pass. It's just taken away by Ellie Nelson. And the Indians now on the break, and that is up and in for another basket. That's Britley Harris. So Nelson and Harris each with the basket, and Preston leads at 4-0 right out of the gate. Lady Braves trying to break this press. Ambry Nelson. Now one of the secrets is, and Ambry realized it right there, you do not want to get across the line and then stop. You don't want to do that. Going to have a blocking foul here called against Preston. That'll be first foul of the contest, and it'll be whistled against Dottie Keller. So you don't want to cross that line and then stop. Then it turns into a trap, and then you are in trouble. You want to go right past that line. Mackey to Hill. Hill in between the elbow and the three-point line, looking to pass out of it. Preston's now backed off. They're kind of packing things in a little bit. There's a drive by Nelson, puts up the floater in the lane. That is no good. Tipped by Hill and brought in by Keller. Preston with a 4-point lead and the basketball here in the early going on your Bank of Star Valley scoreboard. Britley Harris passing to her right. Far side wing, got a whistle away from the basketball. Typically that means, well, it looks like there's going to be something on the floor. I was going to say, a lot of times that's a moving screen, but it wasn't a foul. There's something on the floor. Might be left over from the starting lineup. I don't know. Confetti or something. I don't know. So stop and play. Preston will have to inbound here. And a nice job coming free for the open shot. Dottie Keller becomes the third Indian to score already in the first 2 minutes. And Preston out to a 6-0 lead. Lady Braves haven't even had a shot yet, really. That one poked away, and last touch by Star Valley. So Preston's forced several turnovers here right out of the gate. Wakely will check this in right at the end of the Star Valley bench. Coach Erickson wants a timeout. He does not like the way things have started off. We'll take a 60-second break as well and be back. It's 6-0 Preston.
The Lincoln County School District No. 2 Transportation Department is hiring bus aides for the current school year. Earn extra cash while helping out the students. Starting wage for bus aides is $16.75 per hour. No experience is necessary and all training is paid. To get started and fill out your application, visit lcsd2.org and click job openings. That's lcsd2.org. Click job openings. Become a bus aide and enjoy a great way to earn some part-time cash.
Star Valley Disposal and Royal Flush Septic have been serving the local community for over 25 years with residential, commercial, and construction services, along with porta potties and septic pumping. Please remember to always bag your garbage before placing it into your can. Even the smallest breeze can cause garbage to scatter everywhere as it is being dumped into our garbage trucks. For service and questions, visit starvalleydisposal.com. That's starvalleydisposal.com.
Live coverage of Braves basketball continues now on the SVI Sports Network.
Picks up the dribble. She'll hand it off here to Harris. Harris dumps it off to Wakely. Now down low to Nelson. She'll pass it back around. Good ball movement here from Preston. There's a drive left hand. Dishes it out for the long shot. That is off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Cameron Mackey. Good defense from the Lady Braves there. Now it's just going to be kind of a single one-on-one defense full length of the court. Mackey gets through it. Gives it up here to Nelson. Now we'll see if the Lady Braves can maybe work their offense. Really had one shot from Ambry Nelson. That's about it. And then just a walk there. Ruby ended up dragging her foot. So turnover is a huge deal here in the first 2 minutes plus for the Lady Braves. Kind of reminds me, I wasn't at this game, but I watched it. Duke Dance and the crew were down at the Flaming Gorge Classic against Pinedale. And that trap really caused the Lady Braves some issues, especially in that first quarter. Coach Erickson talked about wanting to get off to a better start moving forward. This one's been a tough one. That's a great drive for the Indians, and up and in for two. That's Keller, her second basket of the game. She's got 4 points, and it's 8-0 Preston here to start this contest. Nelson up ahead to Dana. Dana going to tightrope the sideline. They converge on her. She'll pass it out to Ambry, who crossed over. There's a drive high off the glass. It's a good-looking shot. Just can't get it to drop, and rebounded by the Indians. I like that shot for Ambry. You're just hoping to either make that or get an offensive board. This time it's Preston ball. On the other end, Preston with an 8-point lead and the basketball. Picking up the dribble is Wakely. She'll pass out of it. Now down low, up off the glass for two. And right now the Lady Braves struggling with Ellie Nelson and Dottie Keller. It's a 10-0 run to start this contest for the Preston Indians. On that one, Nelson way too deep. Lady Braves do break the press. Now you need to attack. There's Dana, puts up the shot, was trying to draw a foul, did not get her wish. Rebounded by Marlowe. Indians will get some information here from the coaching staff before they jog it across the timeline. It's a 10-0 start to open up this contest for the Preston Indians. There's a three-pointer on the way. It's good. Brittany Harris knocks down the first triple of the game. She's got 5 points, and it's a 13-0 lead. Lady Braves break the press. Dana puts up the open 10-footer. Too strong, no good. Tori White tries to keep it alive. They're going to say last touched by Tori. Also checking in now for Star Valley, number 11, Mikkel Hatterley. In for the Indians, number 4, Mackley White. And I think I missed somebody else. We'll get to it here in just a sec. Also okay, everybody else was in there. Here's a drive. It's a 3-on-3, but a run here from the Indians. That jumper is good for Mackley White. The offense is clicking for Preston. It's 15-0, and we haven't even played 5 minutes yet. The Lady Braves looking for some positives. They get it to White, puts up the short jumper in the lane. She will draw the foul and shoot 2 free throws. Foul will be whistled against Ellie Nelson. First personal for her. Second team foul on Preston with 3:19 to go in the quarter. White's free throw looks to be, I thought it was going to be short, but it grabs the rim and climbs over. First point of the game for the Lady Braves here at the Riverside Dental free throw line. Tori White puts it in. Also, I was going to mention this before the game started for you Idaho viewers. No shot clock in Wyoming as of yet. Second free throw is also good for Tori, and that ends a 15-0 run to start the game by Preston. Shot clock's been approved by the Wyoming High School Activities Association, but it's not coming until the 26-27 school year. So you folks that are used to that in your state, not here yet. Lady Braves trying to force a turnover. Macy Knapp ends up with it, and then she hits the floor. There's going to be a foul against the Star Valley. Ambry Nelson going to pick up her first team foul on the Lady Braves here in the quarter. 15-2 the score in favor of Preston. Backcourt here to Wakely. Wakely picked up defensively by Nelson. Wakely out mid-court battling against Ambry. Going to work off a screen from Knapp. Drives left hand, dishes it over. Three-pointer in the corner from White is good. Mackley White hits a triple, and it's 18-2 Preston. Another timeout here on the court. We'll be back in 60. It's Preston 18, Star Valley 2.
At the University of Wyoming, ideas come to life. It's where the spirit of innovation and boundless curiosity fuel our hunger for knowledge. It's where the past meets the present and our students shape a brighter future.
I'm a student athlete.
I'm a musician. I'm a mentor.
And I'm a cowboy.
The world needs more cowboys.
My name is Anna Altbell, and since I was young, Desi's dance studio has been like a second home to me. Dance has always been my favorite language, and Desi's gave me the space to embrace it 100%. Whether it was ballet, tap, lyrical, or ballroom, I knew there were always two things I could count on: supportive instructors and lifelong friends. The confidence and identity I have today are all thanks to my time at the studio.
For more information and to get started, visit Desi'sDance.com.
Live coverage of Braves basketball continues now on the SVI Sports Network.
Preston Indians opening up this game on a 15-0 run, and they lead at 18-2 here in the early going. The Lady Braves offense just trying to find their footing. They have been knocked down to the ground offensively, trying to just get their first field goal of the game, in fact. Their 2 points have come from two free throws from Tori White. They do get it across the timeline here. Johnson to Nelson. Ambry going to go left hand. She is cut off, bounces down low to Johnson. Cambry puts up the contested shot, can't get it to go, and saved in bounds by Macy Knapp into the hands of her teammate. Now Britley Harris has it. Here on the other end, Harris up near the spiking line, calling out the play, passing to her left to White. White's got it near side angle. She's going to drive to the free throw line, puts up the shot. I think she walked. Yeah, she did. She kind of stepped over a foot, did the little double foot. I don't blame her. It's better to do that than roll your ankle, but the official was there to see it. 2:10 left in the first quarter here in your Bank of Star Valley scoreboard, and Preston up big early, 18-2. Nelson picks up her dribble. She will pass it across the timeline to Dana. Emily back to Ambry, and the Lady Braves will try and set something up offensively. On Nelson is Mackley White. She'll give it up to Mackey. Far side wing now down low. That's a nice play by the Lady Braves. Ruby Hill puts it up and in after the nice pass from Mikkel Hatterley. First field goal of the game for the Lady Braves. They trail at 18-4 here as we tick down to near 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Trying to get it down low. It's contested and tied up. I believe the possession arrow will go to Star Valley. I must have missed it. Yeah, it is. Okay. Thought maybe I had missed a possession somewhere. Preston backing off that full court press. Looks like they might just be meeting maybe at half court, some token pressure. Instead, they'll back way off. Now it's Emily Dana with the handle. She'll pass it back to Nelson. And the Lady Braves trying to set up their offense. Now to Mackey. Mackey near side wing. It's poked out of bounds by Mackley White. It'll stay with the Lady Braves. Star Valley will check this in front of the Preston bench. It's Cameron Mackey to do the honors. Mackey to White. Give and go there. Back to Mackey. Now back to Tori for the three. That is, oh boy, in and out. Rebounded by Britley Harris. Preston leading 18-4. Transition here. Dottie with the drive. That's Dottie Keller, and we got a whistle. Foul's going to go against Emily Dana, her second team foul on Star Valley with 1 minute left in the quarter. And Dottie Keller to the free throw line. That one is short. Keller does have 4 points in this first quarter. She'll get another. First free throw attempt of the game for Preston. Second one is good. 5 points for Dottie Keller. 19-4 your scores. We tick under a minute to go here in this first quarter on your Bank of Star Valley scoreboard. Near side corner is Mackey. They're trying to get it down low to Hatterley. And now Hatterley on the floor. We got a scrum. Roughly 40% of the players are in on it, and the possession arrow will go to the Indians. Preston will check it in. Brittany Harris bring it up the timeline. She'll jog it across and be met just past midcourt by Ambry Nelson. Passing it right side now to Keller. Keller going to drive left hand, has it poked out of her hands into the hands of Harris, and the official going to say she walked with it. 33.4 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Preston jumped out to a 15-0 lead and lead it now 19-4. Nelson up ahead to Dana, and boy, that one nearly taken away. It was possibly going to be an over and back. Nelson does come up with it and bring it across the timeline. They try and lob it down low to White. She is behind everybody and puts it up and in. Nice job by Ambry Nelson to find Tori White as the Lady Braves get to 6 points. Drive from Harris. Harris dumps it off to Carissa Whiteley. Now back out to Harris. Three-pointer, caroms in and out. No good, and down to the floor is Emily Dana. It's a nice job by Emily. She did not stand up from her knee because she knew that was going to be a travel. That's a good job of being aware of where she was. It's Preston up big early, but the Lady Braves do put in a couple of field goals before the end of the first. It's 19-6 Preston as we come back for the second quarter.
The winter sledding season will be here before you know it. Make sure you're ready for the best winter yet by making your reservations at Kodiak Mountain Resort in Afton, Wyoming. The resort is located just minutes away from some of the best backcountry sledding in the Rocky Mountains, regardless of experience. And with plenty of trailer parking and a large complimentary breakfast, there is no place better to stay while you enjoy the Wyoming winter. Book your stay today by visiting KodiakMountainResort.com.
Have you heard how you can earn some extra cash from Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union? Bring us any new or refinanced auto, ATV, or RV loan, and we will give you 1% back in cash. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, OAC, member NCUA.
Time to go back to the court with more live coverage of Braves basketball on the SVI Sports Network.
Ready to start the second quarter of action here as the Lady Braves trail it here 19-6 against the Preston Indians. The Lady Braves will start the second quarter with possession. Backcourt is Cambry Johnson. Johnson and Ambry Nelson working the backcourt. Cambry has it now, going to drive left hand, dishes it back out to Ambry. Some aggressive defense being played here by Wakely. She is right in Ambry's face. She'll dump it off here to Cambry. Cambry going to drive to the elbow, dumps it off down low. That's been there so far. The Lady Braves are finding it. Emily can't finish, but she'll get herself to the free throw line. That was a nice pass by Cambry. Foul will go against Dottie Keller. That's her second. First team foul of the second quarter as we just started. Dana to the free throw line. It's away and good. The Riverside Dental free throw line, of course, and we encourage you to check out riversidedentalwy.com. Lady Braves trying to claw their way back into this after falling behind big early. Dana hits them both, and it's 19-8 on your Bank of Star Valley scoreboard after it was 15-0. Near side wing is Nelson. Nelson's been tough on the low block. Now she'll probably retreat back down there. Preston working it around the perimeter. A near tie-up by Nelson. Now there is a tie-up, and the possession there will stay with Preston, I believe. Brittany Harris going to check in on that dead ball, replacing Dottie Keller. 7:24 to go here in the second quarter on your Bank of Star Valley scoreboard. Preston lobs it into Nelson. She'll give it up now to Wakely. Wakely will set things up top of the key, guarded defensively by Cambry Johnson. Now it's Marlowe, near side angle, guarded by Livy Kleeman coming in off that dead ball. First time we see Livy today. Top of the key, quick three-pointer on the way is too strong, no good, and there to grab it is Emily Dana. Dana going to use her left hand to get it across. Really nice pass to the wide open Ruby Hill. This couldn't finish. It's tracked down by Kleeman. That won't go. And now rebounded by the Indians, poked away into the hands of Nelson. This is a good possession here for the Lady Braves. They've done a good job of finding that post player and gotten a couple of field goals because of it. There's another drive. This one by Johnson's hard off the glass, no good, and rebounded by the Indians. That is Wakely. And we got a whistle here. Timeout is going to be called by the Preston bench. Let's keep it right here. Just a 30-second variety. Set the table for you a little bit. It's 19-8 in favor of Preston here in the second quarter. 6:33 to go. And just some housekeeping issues here on scores. Star Valley's girls JV won prior to this game 49-27. I was able to look at the Richardson Memorial. This is the boys wrestling tournament at Box Elder High School. And after day one, they were fifth with 106 points out of 28 teams. They were still working through the semifinals just before the tip-off of this game. Kimball Perry at 120, Tell Perry at 138 are into the finals. Cooper Burke at 165 was in the semis where he fell. And then the last update I had, Grant Thompson was waiting to wrestle in the semifinals at 215. So pretty good day, pretty good weekend so far for the Braves wrestlers. The Lady Braves are at Mountain Crest. You can find that watch link at svinews.com. Coming out of that timeout, here come the Indians, leading it 11, 19-8. Poked out of bounds. No, it's a steal. Wow, I thought it was going to end up out of bounds. Ambry Nelson comes away with the steal. Nelson up ahead to Johnson. Cambry looking down low for Livy Kleeman. It'll be poked out of bounds by Preston. Dana getting some instruction from Coach Erickson, and she will check this in. Going to go deep to Kleeman, top of the key. She'll hand it off to Johnson. Cambry going to try and attack with that left hand. She'll hand it off to Nelson. She's being guarded by Harris. Now we've got a scrum on the floor, a battle between, I believe, Taylor Wakely and Ambry Nelson. Position arrow looks like it'll stay with Star Valley, but Preston does flip the arrow. So now with 5:59 to go in the second, Lady Braves with another chance here to try and get a shot up, trailing by 11. There's a give right back to Dana. That one's back of the iron on the three, no good. Rebounded by White, and she is fouled by Emily Dana. And I know Emily's hustling, but that's the kind of foul you really don't want her to pick up after a miss like that, because now that's her second. And she's likely going to have a seat. Nope, leaving her out there. See, I'm not a coach. I don't know what I'm talking about. Some players into the lineup, though. Cameron Mackey is in. And also, I believe that's Mikkel Hatterley. Down low, there's Nelson. Gets around her defender. It's no good. Up and for the rebound is Cambry Johnson. Here's Mackey with the handle. She will shuffle across the timeline. Going to go left hand now. And now to Tori White. Tori was trying to go down low. It was a good thought. Poked away and stolen, though, by Ellie Nelson, her second of the game. 19-8 Preston as they come back with the basketball. Wakely to Harris. Harris dumps it off a little high-low, looking for Nelson. It's taken away and stolen by Cambry Johnson, and she's going to be fouled on her way up the court. I think they put up 1-4. Yes, Britley Harris, first personal on her. Second team foul on Preston here in the second quarter. 5 minutes to go. It's 19-8 Preston. Lady Braves with the ball. Chance to cut this to single digits. Picking up her dribble is Johnson, now to Mackey. Mackey now to Mikkel Hatterley. Three-pointer banked in from the near side angle. That's a Wyoming National Guard triple, and the Lady Braves will take it. That'll cut the lead from 19-8 to 19-11. Closest the Lady Braves have been since about the first 90 seconds of the game. Down low, quick pass to Nelson, and she puts it up and in, and the foul. Foul will go against Ruby Hill. First personal on Ruby, second team foul on the Lady Braves, and shooting the and one will be Ellie Nelson. She's got 6 points in this first half, looking for 7. Free throw is up and in and out, no good. Tracked down by Ruby Hill. 21-11 is the score. Preston with a 10-point lead. The Lady Braves cut it to 8 just a moment ago. Now it's back up to 10. It's been as high as 15. White to Mackey. Open for the 3. It's going to be short. Bounces straight down and picked up now by the Indians. That's Wakely with her 4th rebound of the half. As we tick near the midway point of the second quarter, Wakely is being hounded there by Cambry Johnson. She'll give it up to White. White back now to Wakely. Down low to Nelson, and she's got really good post position. The Lady Braves, you cannot give up that type of distance to the rim to Ellie Nelson, or she is going to beat you to death all night long with her post moves, and she's a good shooter too. She gets back to the free throw line. That foul went against Ruby Hill, her second. 2 free throws this time. That one's short. Ellie is 0 for 2 from the line. So you let her get within 5-6 feet of the basket. She's going to score about 20 points tonight. Second free throw is also too strong into the hands now of Mikkel Hatterley. Lady Braves dodge a bullet there. A couple of misses from Preston, and the lead stays at 10. Nelson gives it up to Kleeman. Livy now to Hatterley, who hit that three-pointer just a moment ago. Bounce pass over, three-pointer on the way. Does not draw iron from Tori White. Trying to save it is Ambry Nelson. It'll be Preston basketball. Lady Braves will wait for Preston just inside the midcourt line. Mackey on Harris. Harris passing to her right. Trying to get it down low to Nelson. She's stuck a little bit this time under the cylinder. And there's going to be a foul. And the Lady Braves, that's one of them you just wish you wouldn't commit. Nelson, unlike some of the other possessions she's had, didn't have much room to work with down there this time. And Lady Braves commit the foul. That's going to be foul number 2 on Ambry Nelson, 14th foul on the Lady Braves. So Preston will be onto the free throw line for here on out. 3:10 left to go in the quarter. Yep, and there is a hand on the hip there from Mikkel Hatterley, her first. So to the free throw line now. Shooting 2 into the bonus will be Mackley White. She's got 5 points in this first half. First free throw attempt of the game for her. It's away and good. Lead back up to 11 points. Star Valley cut it to 8 after Preston opened up on a 15-0 run. Second free throw will also fall. 7 points now for Mackley White, and the lead back up to 12, 23-11. Lady Braves, some nice passing. They had White open for just a moment. Great hustle from Ellie Nelson to pick up her 3rd steal of the game. Transition three-pointer is Karam was off, no good. Too long for White, and that'll be Star Valley ball. Boy, that would have been a haymaker of a transition 3 for the Indians. Here's Cameron Mackey with under 3 minutes to go in the half. Working back court, now up ahead to Kleeman. Now Ambry has it. Nelson with the handle. Heels on the spiking line as she sets up the offense. Coming out on her is Wakely, and that's going to be a kicked ball. Boy, I don't know if Wakely plays soccer, but she should. Pretty good form there. Got good distance. That's why you pay attention on the bench. Hats off to the Lady Braves bench for watching where the ball was coming from. Mackey into Nelson. Trying to pass it out to Johnson. It's just taken away and stolen by Brittany Harris. And Harris will control the basketball with the left hand across the timeline. 2:20 left to go in this first half. Lady Braves down 23-11. Looking down low for Nelson. That's probably the first real, what I'd call this not a good pass from the Indians here in this first half. Just intended for Ellie Nelson, too far out of her reach and out of bounds. Substitution here as Riley Knapp will check in for Taylor Wakely here for the Preston Indians. Lady Braves on the court with Ambry Nelson, Cameron Mackey, Cambry Johnson, Livy Kleeman, and Emily Dana. You do break the press. Probably the best one they've had tonight. And a nice job by Livy Kleeman to attack the rim. She'll be fouled from behind and get herself to the line. Minimal dribbling there, and Lady Braves with some good passing. Again, that's the best they've looked against this Preston press so far. Foul went against Ellie Nelson, her second. Kleeman's free throw is no good. Lady Braves had been 4 of 5, or they are 4 of 5 from the free throw line. That one too strong back of the iron and rebounded by the Indians. That's Knapp. She'll hand it off here to Harris, and she will casually walk it up the court with under 2 minutes to go. Preston up 23-11. White, near side angle, guarded by Dana to Whiteley, working it around to to Harris. And we've got a whistle here. It looks like it's away from the basketball. I believe they're going to get Livy Kleeman underneath. They will. First personal on Livy. And into the bonus are the Indians. We already knew that. And so 2 more free throws upcoming. This time it's Carissa Whiteley shooting 2. That one is too short. No good. Whiteley trying to get into the scoring column. She'll get one more opportunity here. Free throws away, and that one too short as well, but she gets her own rebound. Tries to dump it off, and it's taken away and stolen by Dana. That pass over the hands of Nelson and taken away by Brittany Harris. So Preston right back into their offense now with under 90 seconds to go in the half. Leading this one comfortably, 23-11. Trying to get it down low to Macy Knapp. Turnaround is good. First basket of the game for Macy Knapp. And the lead back up to 14, 25-11. Going to have a foul here. And so what you're seeing on there doesn't look like much, and it really isn't. But these high school officials, you can put your hand on the hip and leave it there. But if you take your hand off and put it back on, they're going to call that. That's what you saw there. That one will go against Riley Knapp, her first. That one nearly stolen by White. Dana trying to slip past Macy Knapp. They're going to get Knapp for a blocking foul, I believe. First personal on Macy Knapp, and that will put Emily Dana to the free throw line into the bonus with 58.5 seconds to go. Emily 2 for 2 so far in this contest. Free throw is away and good. Emily now 3 for 3 from the Riverside Dental free throw line. Visit riversidedentalwy.com. Second offering is also good. 4 points, 3 rebounds for Emily Dana. 25-13 is the score. Lady Braves still in a hole with under a minute to go in the half. Harris up ahead to Knapp. Knapp tries to bounce it to Whiteley. That shot is up, no good. And Macy Knapp with the rebound. That one caroms around, winds up in the hands of Livy Kleeman. 38 seconds to go here in the half. Lady Braves down 25-13. Nelson drives, is cut off, dishes back out to Cambry Johnson for 3. That one's too strong. Rebounded by Macy Knapp. And it looks like maybe Preston might look for a final shot here with 20 seconds to go. Brittany Harris will bring it across the timeline. Johnson going for the steal. Get it down low to Macy Knapp. Wide open for the layup. Lady Braves got caught looking for something else. 5 seconds to go here before the half. And Nelson will give it up. And the Lady Braves, I don't think they knew how much time was left. Don't even get a shot up. That's disappointing. And at the break, Star Valley trailing this one, 27-13. Stay with us for halftime, which is brought to you by Star Valley Health. Your care is their top priority. Visit starvalleyhealth.org. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Star Valley Disposal and Royal Flush Septic have been serving the local community for over 25 years with residential, commercial, and construction services, along with porta potties and septic pumping. Please remember to always bag your garbage before placing it into your can. Even the smallest breeze can cause garbage to scatter everywhere as it is being dumped into our garbage trucks. For service and questions, visit starvalleydisposal.com. That's starvalleydisposal.com.
At the University of Wyoming, ideas come to life. It's where the spirit of innovation and boundless curiosity fuel our hunger for knowledge. It's where the past meets the present and our students shape a brighter future.
I'm a student athlete.
I'm a musician. I am a mentor.
And I'm a cowboy.
The world needs more cowboys.
My name is Anna Altbell, and since I was young, Desi's dance studio has been like a second home to me. Dance has always been my favorite language, and Desi's gave me the space to embrace it 100%. Whether it was ballet, tap, lyrical, or ballroom, I knew there were always two things I could count on: supportive instructors and lifelong friends. The confidence and identity I have today are all thanks to my time at the studio.
For more information and to get started, visit Desi'sDance.com. The winter sledding season will be here before you know it. Make sure you're ready for the best winter yet by making your reservations at Kodiak Mountain Resort in Afton, Wyoming. The resort is located just minutes away from some of the best backcountry sledding in the Rocky Mountains, regardless of experience. And with plenty of trailer parking and a large complimentary breakfast, there is no place better to stay while you enjoy the Wyoming winter. Book your stay today by visiting KodiakMountainResort.com.
This is Braves football and the Star Valley Health Halftime Show on the SVI Sports Network.
Back at Star Valley High School here for the halftime, and which is brought to you today by Star Valley Health. And coming up on January 11th, Star Valley Health would like you to join them for the Alpine Clinic Open House and see their expanded services coming to Northern Star Valley. Learn more at visit starvalleyhealth.org, not visit starvalleyhealth.org, if you know what I mean. So starvalleyhealth.org. You can also learn more about that online at svinews.com. Here at the break, the Preston Indians leading the Star Valley Lady Braves 27-13. Let's take a look at some of the stats that I've been able to put together here in this first half. Leading the way for the Indians in the first half, Mackley White has 7 points, including a 2-pointer, a 3-pointer, and 2 free throws. 6 points for Ellie Nelson on 3 field goals. 5 points apiece for Britley Harris and Dottie Keller. Harris does have a 4 points for Macy Knapp. Taylor Wakely leading the Indians with 4 rebounds. In fact, that is the game high. Also Nelson with the game high of 3 steals on my stat sheet. For the Lady Braves, 2 players leading the way in scoring with 4 points apiece. Emily Dana with 4 points, all of them from the free throw line where she's 4 for 4. Tori White also has 4 points, 2 for 2 from the line, and a 2-point field goal. A 3-pointer from Mikkel Hatterley. That's the lone 3-pointer in the contest for Star Valley. And Ruby Hill also with 2 points. Emily Dana leading the way with 3 rebounds. I got Embry Nelson with a steal as well. That is the half, as Preston leads at 27-13. Those stats brought to you by Battleson Brothers Flooring, Carpet One. Quality, price, service, located a block south of the Arch in Afton. Here at the break, brought to you by Star Valley Health. Visit starvalleyhealth.org. Again, 27-13 in favor of Preston. The JV girls winning earlier this afternoon, 49-27 against Preston. And checking the Richardson Memorial at Box Elder High School, the Star Valley Braves wrestlers are there. And right before we came on the air, the Braves were sitting in 5th in the 2018 field with 116 points. Kimball and Tell Perry into the finals at 120 and 138 respectively. Cooper Burke advancing to the semifinals at 165. He did fall in the semifinals. And before we were able to tip off, Grant Thompson at 2:15 was waiting to wrestle in the semifinals. Not sure how that's gone, but that's the last update I had from day one of the Richardson Memorial. And that is the halftime. 27-13, Preston with the lead. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back. Lady Braves with a hole to dig out of when we do.
Sweet baby. Oh, baby.
For 18 years, Miles CPA has been your trusted partner in Star Valley, blending experience and expertise to support our community's financial needs. With a combined 75 years of experience, our dedicated team includes 3 skilled CPAs, along with 3 specialized bookkeepers. We're thrilled to welcome Amanda Wilford, our newest CPA, to the Miles CPA family. Together, we offer unmatched services in bookkeeping, payroll, business consulting, and tax preparation. Your financial success is our priority. Miles CPA, always a strong supporter of Star Valley Braves sports and activities. Go Braves!
Just had a birthday party at the Fun Zone in Afton. It was so cool. We got to play basketball, ping pong, and foosball. We were able to bring our own Nerf guns and even watched a movie on a giant projector screen. For my next birthday, I want to have my party at the Fun Zone too. Mom said the Fun Zone will also work great for my sister's wedding reception in a few months and next summer's family reunion. For reservations, visit svfunzone.com.
This broadcast is owned by SVI Media. Any use without prior written permission is prohibited.
About 2.5 minutes to go before the start of the third quarter here. It's all part of the Star Valley Health halftime show. Again, reminding you that you can join Star Valley Health for the Alpine Clinic Open House coming up on January 11th and see their expanded services coming to Northern Star Valley. Visit starvalleyhealth.org. The Lady Braves trailing here at the break, 27-13. Someone might need to go check on the teams. We're down to 2:07 before the third quarter starts. Haven't seen either team emerge from the locker room yet. Taking a little extra time, perhaps. Lady Braves, quite honestly, it's going to be something that they're going to have to work on the entire season. Offense is going to be probably the biggest elephant in the room for the Lady Braves. They just need to score some more points. And obviously 13.5, you'd like to see a bit more than that. The effort level is always going to be there. The defense effort level is going to be there for Star Valley. They don't have a player that can just take the ball and go score with it like some teams do. They're going to have to work for all their possessions, all their points. You're seeing that today. They're looking for each other. It's an unselfish group, but it really does put a lot of pressure on not to turn the ball over, and that's why it's so imperative that you can't get caught up in that full court press and turn it over several times in a row, especially when it leads to turnovers. Lady Braves, if you're just joining us, started this game down 15-0, and it's hard to dig out of a hole like that, especially when you come in averaging low 30s for the game. It's just it's not a recipe for success. We'll see if they can just get better. That's all you're looking to do here in the non-conference. You want things to work on, things to get better, and then hopefully you can improve and give your best effort when conference season starts. This Lady Braves team, they actually going to have next weekend off from competition. Again, I've mentioned this before. No games for the Star Valley High School teams next weekend, that weekend of the 10th and the 11th. It's just the way the schedule goes. I've had somebody ask me about that. I addressed this on Sports Friday. Part of the issue is a few years ago, Wyoming went from 20 regular season games down to 18. So that takes away 2 games. And then with tournament play, especially in the 4A class, which is Wyoming's largest class, I mean, you play 6 games on those first 2 weekends. That's 6 out of your 18 right out of the gate. And, you know, this next weekend, historically maybe would have been one where you have one game and now you don't have one. So that's just the way it is. So Lady Braves would like to have a good showing here in this second half, as they'll have some time to work on things after this afternoon. Preston with the basketball to start the third. With the 27-13 lead, they get it down to Nelson, and she'll be tied up. Like Ruby Hill got her hand on the ball, and the official will say a tie-up and a jump ball possession to the Lady Braves. Preston going to respond with some full-court pressure defense. They did this to start the game, and it paid dividends. Mackey and Nelson working the backcourt. Johnson working there in support. This time the Lady Braves get it up to Nelson, and a nice layup. That's what it's supposed to look like in the full-court press. And Cambry Johnson gets her first basket. That means somebody should be open if you can find him, and the Lady Braves found him that time. Cambry Johnson with the layup. And there's a steal by Johnson. Cambry now with the handle. It's one-on-one, waiting for her teammate. Bounce pass to Ambry Nelson. She's going to be swatted and fouled, I believe, by Britley Harris. Harris will pick up her second personal foul, first team foul of the quarter. And Ambry Nelson to the free throw line to shoot 2. And the first one is good on the Riverside Dental free throw line. The Lady Braves went 6 of 8 from the free throw line in that first half, now 7 of 9. And Ambry Nelson with another shot here. That one is also good. So a good start here for Star Valley, 4 quick points. And they cut the lead to 10, 27-17. Harris will jog this across the timeline, picked up defensively by Nelson. Harris maybe was looking for Wakely down low, didn't like that. Will now work off a screen. Passing left angle now to Wakely. Wakely back to Nelson, well out of the paint, where she has hurt the Lady Braves. Now she's back down there. Nelson on the elbow, dumps it down low to Marlowe. Turnaround jumper is no good, and rebounded by Emily Dana. Looked like a good shot there, just didn't have the right distance. Cameron Mackey with the handle. Lady Braves the chance to cut this back to single digits, which they did in the second quarter. Dana passes to Nelson. Ambry in a bad position, double team, and has to just try and do something with it. Cameron Mackey comes up with a clutch play there for Cameron. And the Lady Braves will try and decipher this Preston defense again. Nelson, bounce pass to Ruby Hill. Ruby passes out to Mackey. We got a shot, just as a whistle. This is the shot went up, and 3 seconds in the lane is the call. So a turnover there. Lady Braves unable to get any points out of that trip up the court, and Preston now with this 10-point lead and the basketball. Harris passes to Wakely. Now back to Harris. He's going to drive right elbow back out to Wakely. That three-pointer caroms around. No good. Rebounded by Dana, her 5th. Nelson trying to avoid this midcourt trap. Poked away and stolen by Taylor Wakely. Now to Harris. Harris, a lot of contact. Nearly gets the and one. Instead, she'll have to settle for 2 free throw attempts. I believe Cambry Johnson is whistled for that one. First personal on Cambry. First team foul for Star Valley. 5:42 to go here in the third. Britley Harris to the free throw line for the first time today. That one's good. Harris now with 6 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal on my stat sheet. She'll get 1 more free throw attempt. Preston kind of struggled from the free throw line in that first half, 3 of 9. That one was good, and Harris hits them both here. 7 points now for Britley Harris, and the full court press comes back on. Johnson, Dana, Nelson, Ambry has to kind of try and power her way through that trap in the corner. Now she's stuck under the rim as they herd her right out of bounds. She steps on the line, and a turnover back to Preston. (29-17) your score on the Bank of Star Valley scoreboard. Preston has had this lead from the very beginning. It's been as big as 15. Right now it sits at 12. Dump it down low to Nelson. Good position, and it drops. 4th field goal of the game for Ellie Nelson. She's got 8 points. 31-17 is the score, and a timeout here called by Coach Cade Erickson. We will take one as well, and this will be a 60-second timeout. We'll be back.
For the last 40 years, My goal was to move to a place like this. And so now I moved here. I couldn't really do much of anything.
He's relatively young for hip arthritis and was limited significantly because of the pain. We decided that the best course would be proceeding with a hip replacement.
It was easy. It was just, I know it sounds strange, right, when you know what they do. One of the greatest things about moving to Star Valley has been Dr. Linford and Mountain West Orthopedic.
Battleson Brothers Carpet One Floor and Home is clearing stock with massive discounts. Right now, while supplies lasts, find select LVP and carpet 50% off. Battleson Brothers also has over 8,500 square feet of hardwood, normally $7.99 per square foot, but currently just $3.99. And choose select tile for just $1.99 per square foot. Come see the flooring professionals, located 1 block south of the Arch in Afton.
Price, quality, service, Battleson Brothers Flooring.
5:07 to go here in the third as we come back from the Star Valley timeout, poked out of bounds by Preston High School. Emily Dana will check this in. Mackey and Johnson here in the backcourt. Cambry has it. Can tell Preston waiting to put on that half-court trap. That one poked away and stolen. Wakely's had good hands today. She'll challenge, puts it up, no good. Nelson there for the backside rebound. That's no good. Into the hands of Preston again. That's no good. 3 offensive rebounds. 4. Make it 5. And all of them misses before Emily Dana comes up with the rebound. Holy smokes. And Preston had a bunch of shots that very easily could have gone in. Just an unfriendly rim here on the road on that trip anyway. The foul is going to go against number 10, Taylor Wakely, her first. Second team foul of the quarter on Preston with 4:41 to go. The lead remains at 14. Dana leads Mackey. She'll get it across the timeline this time. Back to Emily. Emily picked up defensively by Mackley White. Now to Mackey. This is Cameron Mackey. Mackey now to Mikkel Hatterley, looking down low. And there's a shot from Tori White. That's no good. Kept alive by Dana. Gets the rebound and puts it up and in. That's the kind of stuff Emily is going to have for the Lady Braves to have success this year. She's now got 6 points and 6 rebounds on my stat sheet. In fact, make it 7 rebounds. 31-19 Preston. Down low to Nelson again. Really good post position. The Lady Braves had to deny that, or Ellie Nelson's going to score that almost every time. She's got 10 points. 33-19. Star Valley breaks the press. Hatterley up ahead to Hill. Back to Mikkel. To Cameron. Now to Emily. Thinks about that three-pointer. Instead, they'll pass it back out to the perimeter, and Mackey will set things up a different way. Ruby Hill was looking for Hatterley. Didn't like that. Ruby picks up her dribble. Nelson on her. She'll give it up now to Mackey. 3:25 to go in the third. Down low to Dana. Kicks it out. Tori White, open three-pointer is no good. And battling for the rebound. It's a really nice job, a smart job by Dottie Keller. She shielded the Star Valley player so she couldn't get to the ball, knowing Star Valley was the last one to touch it. 33-19, Preston with the lead and the basketball with 3:17 to go here in the third quarter on your Bank of Star Valley scoreboard. Britley Harris will walk it across the timeline, picked up defensively by Mackey. Handed off to White. White now to Keller. Keller guarded by Tori White. Keller tries to split the double team, loses the handle. It's into the hands of Mackey. Cameron almost loses the handle at midcourt, comes back up with it. She'll drive and dish out to Dana. Dana into the paint, and there's going to be a pushing foul. There may be a hand on the hip. Going to be called against Preston. I believe Wakely going to be whistled for that one. Nope, excuse me. It's, well, they say number 20. I don't have a number 20. I'll have to find that. Pass it into Dana. Dana picks up her dribble, passes out to Tori White. It's the third team foul, by the way, on Preston with 2:35 to go in the quarter. Dana near side angle to Mikkel Hatterley. She made a 3 in the first half. That one is too strong, and into the hands now of Mackley White. White going to bring it all the way up. She'll put up the little 8-footer in the lane. That's good. Well done by Mackley White. Gets the rebound, brings it all the way up, puts in the 2. She's got 9 points. And another steal from White. That one no good. Into the hands now of Hatterley, and she'll be fouled by Harris. I believe that's foul number 3 on Brittany Harris. Was it not a foul? Yeah, okay. 3rd foul on Brittany Harris. There we go. 4th team foul on Preston with 2:09 to go in the quarter. Lady Braves down 16. I believe that's the largest lead of the game for Preston. Maybe it got up to 18. Emily Dana going to drive all the way up. Dishes out to Harris. That one poked away and stolen by Harris. Harris stops, pops, puts it up and in off the glass. And she's got 9 points in the contest, and the lead is now 18. 37-19. A timeout on the court is called. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
B&H Auto in Afton has been serving the Star Valley community for over 10 years. With a qualified and trained staff, you can trust B&H Auto for brakes, maintenance, repairs, tires, and more. That's B&H Auto on the north end of Afton. Service you can ride on.
Time to go back to the court with more live coverage of Braves basketball on the SVI Sports Network.
I guess that was a 30. Sorry about that, folks. Lady Braves trying to break the press. Ambry Nelson gets it across with the help of Emily Dana. Dana now will pass it off to Cambry Johnson, trying to get it down low to Nelson. It is poked away and stolen by Mackley White. Here on the other end, that shot is up and in by Wakely. Believe it or not, that's her first basket. Seems like she's been all over the court tonight, but first basket for Taylor Wakely. And the lead is now 20, 39-19, and the Lady Braves throw it away. At times, the full court press just piles up on the Lady Braves. We've seen that in this season so far. Had a lot of good moments here and there in this game, but this started off on a 15-0 run for Preston, and they have been on another big one here in this quarter to bump this lead up to 20. There's a pass to Wakely in the corner. Three-pointer on the way is good. Dottie Keller knocks down her first triple of the game, and she's got 8 points. It's now a 42-19 lead. Here's a drive. Johnson to Livy Kleeman. Nice dump off from Cambry, and a basket for Livy Kleeman. First points of the night for Livy. 42-21. Preston doubling up the Lady Braves here as the third quarter coming to a close. Wakely trying to pass it down low, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Indians. 21-point lead for Preston. Passes in to White. White puts up the jumper. That's good. She's got a nice stroke. And she's got 11 points in this contest. That puts her into double digits. Nelson and Hatterley trying to work this backcourt. Quick pass up ahead to Dana. Dana tries to skirt around the defense. She does and puts it up and in. 8 points now to go with 7 rebounds for Emily Dana. So flirting with a double-double. Three-pointer on the way on the other end. That's good at the buzzer. Taylor Wakely puts in a triple, and her teammates love it. Preston now leads this one 47-23 as we head into the fourth quarter on your Bank of Star Valley scoreboard.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, it's not only about mining phosphate for production of crop nutrients that support western U.S. farmers and ranchers. It's about supporting our employees, neighbors, and local communities and their families. From providing quality competitive jobs to being an active partner in our local communities. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine. Passion for people and supporting local families by bringing Earth's resources to life.
Western is a fantastic option when it comes to higher education. We're awarded consistent upper rankings year to year from entities such as University HQ, College Factual, and Intelligent.com. But don't just take their word for it. Listen to what our own students had to say about why they love Western.
The sense of community that this campus has.
Intramurals are always fun in my opinion.
They like all of the instructors and the coursework.
The tuition is very affordable.
I have awesome teachers. They're personal and great.
There's always an adventure when you're here.
Your leader in local coverage of high school sports. This is the SVI Sports Network.
Back to the action here as we bring you the fourth quarter, brought to you by High Country Solutions. Visit them online at highcountrysol.com. Wakely pass it off. Boy, that was a nice finish there for Taylor Wakely. Hits that triple right before the end of the third. Now Preston with the lead, 47-23. Wakely dishes it over to Whiteley. Good ball movement around the perimeter, ends up through the hands of Ella Marlowe, out of bounds. Lady Braves will try and break into the 30s here in this fourth quarter. Passing up ahead to Hatterley. Lady Braves bunched up just a little bit. Ambry Nelson has it here near the dream catcher. She'll pass it to the corner. Hatterley skip pass now to Cambry Johnson. Johnson puts in the runner. That's good from the paint. I think those types of shots are open a lot for the Lady Braves. I like the little runner, the stop and pop jumper inside of 10, 12 feet. I think that needs to become a staple of their offense personally, if maybe they're not thinking about it. I'm talking about the girls, not the coaches. I would never presume to tell the coaches anything. 47-25 the score. Preston with the lead. Good ball movement again here from Preston. That one poked away in the passing lane was Dana. And hitting the floor is Marlowe. She'll be pushed to the floor and a foul against Star Valley. Cambry Johnson whistled for her second personal foul. First team foul on Star Valley with 6:51 to go in this one. Wakely with the ball. Corner opposite side to Marlowe. And that one nearly poked away. Down to the floor is White. She does retain possession though. White now to Wakely, puts up the three. She hit one just a few minutes ago. That went into the hands of Marlowe. Another offensive board, that no good. That offensive rebound is up and in for Ella Marlowe. A lot of offensive rebounds in this contest for the Indians. Nelson to Dana. Passes off to Livy Kleeman. Back to Emily. Now back to Johnson, who will set things up in the backcourt along with Mikkel Hatterley. And she's going to be tied up here by Wakely. Possession arrow will stay with Star Valley. Tori White, Cameron Mackey, and Ruby Hill checking in for Star Valley. And a late sub. We'll see if they let her in. They will. That's Britley Harris for Preston. She will replace Mackley White. 6:03 to go in this one. Ambry backcourt, and she'll walk it across. Livy Kleeman also will come in on the next dead ball. Ruby Hill passes out to Tori, now to Cambry. Cambry going to drive into the lane, dishes it out to Cameron Mackey. Cameron going to bring it all the way back around the perimeter. Into the corner to Ruby Hill. Cameron working the perimeter now with Ambry Nelson. She's cutting into the lane. That's going to be a kicked ball against Wakely. It'll be Star Valley basketball. Livy Kleeman will check in for Cambry Johnson. Mackey triggers this in for Nelson. Ambry going to drive left hand. She's tied up. They maybe let her get away with the step. Now over to Tori in the corner for three. That is no good. Kept alive by Hill into the hands of Nelson. That shot no good. And it winds up in the hands of Macy Knapp, who was fouled. Ruby Hill whistled for her third personal. Second team foul on Star Valley with 5:23 to go here in the fourth quarter. Harris bring it up the court, passing off to Wakely. Harrison Wakely working the backcourt. Wakely pulls the trigger on a three-pointer. That's good. She has scored all 8 of her points in the second half. including the last two have been from distance. 52-25. Preston more than doubling the Lady Braves here. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. There's going to be a reaching foul there. Ambry in some trouble in the paint. Foul will go against Preston. I believe that was Mackley White. Lady Braves will lob it deep to Ambry Nelson. Nelson passing right, saved there by Livy Kleeman. Top of the key is Ruby Hill. Mackey going to try and work off a screen from Ruby. Pick and roll is not there. She'll work it back now to Ambry. Ambry crossover, left hand, puts up the runner in the lane, and we got a foul on the drive. That whistle will go against Taylor Wakely. Second personal on her. I believe that's the second team foul. Free throws upcoming here from Ambry Nelson. She's 2 for 2 today. That one is short, no good. Ambry 2 of 3 now from the Riverside Dental free throw line. Livy Kleeman will have a seat. Emily Dana back into the lineup. Nelson's second offering is away, and that one is good. 3 of 4 from the line now. Riverside Dental free throw line for Ambry Nelson. Lady Braves have shot well from the free throw line today. It's one of the positives from today. They trail this one big, though, 52-26 to the visiting Preston Indians. That one saved by Wakely. Very nearly heads out of bounds. She'll bring it back. Quick pass and looking down low to Knapp. That's poked away and into the hands of Tori White. Nelson will bring it across the timeline as we tick down to 4 minutes to go in the contest. Mackey, near side corner. Ruby Hill puts up the 3. That skims off long, no good. Tracked down by Dana. That shot is good. Here on the other end of the court is Taylor Wakely. She'll give it up now to Dottie Keller. Keller going to drive to the baseline, kicks it back out. That's going to be an over and back. Really no choice there for Brittany Harris because you either take the turnover or you let Star Valley get it. You don't want to let them have an opportunity, so it's really the only play she can make. 52-28. Preston with the lead. Star Valley with the basketball. Mackey, three-pointer in the corner. That is no good. Too strong up and over the rim. Dana comes up with the rebound. That's number 9 for Emily. She'll take the three-pointer now. She gets it back. That's good. Three-pointer is good from the Wyoming National Guard three-point line. And Emily Dana now has 11 points and 9 rebounds. Very close to a double-double for Emily in this game. On the other end, Keller with the basketball. Getting it down low to Whiteley. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Gets her own rebound. Puts that one up. Too strong up and over. And we're going to have a foul against Preston here on the other side of the rim. Going to go against Macy Knapp. Second personal on Knapp, I believe. Lady Braves trailing 52-31 after that last three-pointer from Dana. 2:37 to go. Emily picks up a dribble, gets it to Mackey, passes out from the paint to Ruby Hill. That shot is no good. And kept alive. A nice offensive board by Tori White. Just can't get it to go. And rebounded and taken away. There's a steal from Dana, and she'll go to the line. Emily's one of those players you saw it last year. She was a difference maker when she's able to get into a rhythm. She's missed some time with some injury, with the concussion. She looks a little more like herself out there tonight compared to last year. With the steal, gets a rebound, hit a triple. Emily making me look bad, though, missing her free throw right there. Her dad's going to have to talk to her about that. 11 points, 9 rebounds, 2 steals on my stat sheet unofficially for Emily. She'll get another offering here. Second free throw of this opportunity is good, so 12 points now for Emily. And the lead is 20, 52-32 for Preston as we tick down near to 2 minutes left in this game. White looking down low, quick passes here for Preston. 15-footer from the wing is no good from Wakely. White gets the rebound, that's no good, and now into the hands of Mackey. Mackey quickly up ahead to Dana. Dana gets it down low to Hill. Tough shot for Ruby Hill, but she gets it to go. Ruby now with 4 points in the game. 52-34 in favor of Preston. Lady Bray's not going to win this one, but showing some good things here to close it out. Passing out to the perimeter to White and now to Wakely. She'll back off. Nelson going to close out on her. She'll pick up her dribble. Passes right side now to Keller. Keller, nice bounce pass. Finds the wide open Carissa Whiteley for 2. Whiteley into the scoring column. Her first field goal of the game. 54-34. Preston with 1:15 left in the game. Dana, open three-pointer in the corner. Skims off no good. White with the offensive rebound. And now here's Mackey with the 3. Mackey knocks down the Wyoming National Guard triple. With a minute to go, it's 54-37 Preston, but the Lady Braves have scored 14 points in this fourth quarter. Got to view that as a big-time positive for this team. Wakely picks up her dribble in a little bit of trouble. She'll pass out of it now to Keller. Keller back to Wakely. Is Preston content to maybe burn what's left of this clock? Star Valley defensively going to make it not quite that easy. Amber Nelson is on her. She'll pass it over to White. White puts up the shot just inside the free throw line. That's good. She's got 13 points, does Mackley White. That is the game high, I believe. Pass up ahead to Ruby Hill. Good position, but passes out to Dana. Dana going to drive, tries the reverse layup. And I believe they're going to call a foul on Carissa Whiteley. That'll be the second personal foul on Whiteley. Fourth team foul. Just 15 seconds to go, though. Dana will shoot 2 more free throws. That one in and out. Dana's 5 of 7 from the line right now. Second one is away, and that one's good. 13 points in the game for Emily Dana to go with 9 rebounds. She may have an extra one in there. Coaches will do the official stats. Taylor Wakely will dribble this out. Macy Knapp over to White. She'll put up a shot here at the buzzer. It's up off the standard, no good. And that is your final as Preston wins this one 38-56 over the Star Valley Lady Braves. I should say 56-38, I suppose. We'll take a 60-second break while I compile a few stats, and then we will roll into the postgame show brought to you by Silver Star. Take flight to faster Wi-Fi. Learn how at silverstar.com.
While the Bank of Jackson Hole has grown over the years, our commitment to our clients and their financial well-being remains the cornerstone of our business. With responsive local decision-making and a true appreciation for the health of our community, our vision is to provide a banking experience that is all about you, the client. When it comes to navigating the local landscape, Bank of Jackson Hole has proven year over year that we know the way. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Make plans now to spend this winter in beautiful Alpine, Wyoming. Bring your snowmobiles or rent one from one of our local retailers. The Grays River and surrounding areas offer plenty of options for both beginner and experienced rider. Or slow it down on our snowshoeing and cross-country ski trails. And of course, unwind with exceptional lodging and dining options. Book your Alpine, Wyoming winter stay today.
I think being in a small town, really care and you take more pride in the work that you do because you're working with your neighbors. These are people that you see out in the community. You know, you see them at kids sporting events and parent-teacher conferences and the grocery store. You know, these are our neighbors.
One of the reasons that people also come back to us is they trust us because we are friends, we are family. And so I think there's a lot of trust in the community.
And welcome back to Star Valley High School Gymnasium. The Lady Braves going to lose this one 56-38 to the visiting Preston Indians. Head coach Kate Erickson with me on the post game. And Coach Erickson, just some of your general thoughts on this game.
Just a rough one for sure. You know, I think there's a lot of factors going into it. We got to find more of a rhythm offensively and defensively, to be honest. We're out of place a lot. You know, they shot well, makes a big difference. Preston does. But, you know, come back, 2 days of practice is all, and then McKell's out of the first year, and then Austin gets hurt, and then Emily's out 2 or 3 games, and she really didn't get to practice with us much either, and then we throw her into the middle of a game, and we just didn't have a lot of rhythm. So we got to work on getting our guards handling the ball and bringing it up better and having more confidence handling the ball, and then kind of finding a rotation, but that's things that I need to work on as a coach too. So.
Coach Erickson talk a lot about non-conference tournament games and this and that, things to work on. Now you've got kind of a 2-week gap, at least in terms of competition, before you come back and start conference play. You touched on some things. How do you feel like the 2 weeks? What are some other things you feel like that you want to work on with your club?
Going in this 2-week break, it's going to be great. We got to get in better shape now. You know, having the break, and then we just trying to put in new offenses. Sometimes I look past the conditioning part, but as you can see in the fourth quarter, or even at the end of the first quarter, end of the second quarter, we have to be in better shape. And then I want to tighten up our defense. We've got to get better and making stops, contesting the outside shots, and recognize when they're knocking them down, and just being a little tighter on certain girls. And then the last 2 days we did get out rebounded, and so we've got to box out and find a way to be gritty, have a nose for the ball, and go get it. And then we'll just continue to try to find some flow in our offense and knock down some shots just to get as much up as we can. But it'll be a good 2 weeks and gives us time to also watch film, but we'll work on those things and see where it gets us against Natrona and Kelly Walsh.
Coach, I use the phrase time off. It's not time off for you guys, obviously.
It is not time off. That's this time of year, you really don't get any time off. No matter where and what you're doing, you're thinking about basketball and what you can do to help these girls get better. And it's on and off the court, too. It's a good experience for these girls, and you're always worried about it and what you could do the best for them. And so we'll just work hard the next 2 weeks and get ready for region play, and then just see if we can start getting some W's as we get into conference where it really matters.
Coach, appreciate your time. Thanks for coming up here, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right. Thanks for all you do. We'll see you.
Head coach Kate Erickson, appreciate him coming up and speaking with us here on postgame here. Brought to you by Silver Star. Take flight to faster Wi-Fi. Learn how at silverstar.com. Let's take one more 60-second break and come back. We'll look over those stats here during the Silver Star postgame show.
Feeling overwhelmed by managing your finances? Simplify your life with First Bank of Wyoming. We offer a full range of banking services, all under one roof. From checking and savings accounts to loans, mortgages, and rewards credit cards, we've got you covered. Plus, our convenient online banking and top-notch mobile app put you in control of your finances anytime, anywhere. First Bank of Wyoming, the only stop you need for all your banking needs.
Everyday life is tiring, isn't it? After a long day, aren't you just exhausted? Wouldn't it be nice if you could just lay down on a perfect mattress? Something that feels like it was custom made just for you. Something so nice, it felt like the mattress itself was tucking you in. Now you can with Mountain Valley Mattress Company. See how affordable your next great night's sleep can be in downtown Afton or at mountainvalleymattress.com.
Time to go back to the court with more live coverage of Braves basketball on the SVI Sports Network.
And back at it here in the postgame, brought to you by Silverstar. Silverstar. Again, check them out to take flight to faster Wi-Fi. Learn how at silverstar.com. Let's go over some stats here in the postgame. First, for the visiting Preston Indians, and really a well-balanced output offensively by Preston tonight. Leading the way was Ellie Nelson. I had her with 10 points, 9 points for Britley Harris. Also had 3 steals for Nelson. 8 points apiece for Dottie Keller and Taylor Wakely. Forgot about Mackley White. She had 13 points. That was tied for the game high. Macy Knapp had 4 points and 4 rebounds. 2 points for Carissa Whiteley. The Indians going 5 of 11 from the free throw line tonight and hit 5 3-pointers. For the Lady Braves, 13 points, 9 rebounds for Emily Dana. And I'll be honest with you, that's a pretty good output just based on the numbers for Emily. She's missed the last several games, and you talked about missing some games and coming back. You have a holiday break. I think that's a pretty good outing for Emily. Of course, Coach Erickson talking about that in the post game with the girls in terms of some of the holiday layoff. Also getting in on the scoring, a lot of 4s and 3s. Other players chipping in. Ruby Hill had 4. Cambry Johnson had 4. Tori White had 4. 3 points apiece for Cameron Mackey, Ambry Nelson, and Mikkel Hatterley. 2 points for Livy Kleeman. Rebounding-wise, Preston definitely winning the rebounding battle. I'm not going to make you wait for me to add those up, but looks like they out-rebounded the Lady Braves by about 10. Just eyeballing it here. As Preston wins this one 56-38. Those stats brought to you by Battleston Brothers Flooring Carpet One, quality, price, and service. Located a block south of the Arch in Afton. And as I mentioned, that is it for the Lady Braves until January 17th. They're basically home the entire month of January now. You've got Natrona County and Kelly Walsh coming into Afton on 2 weekends from now. And then right into conference play with those games. Again, just a reminder, Natrona and Kelly Walsh, over the past several years, they've been splitting back and forth as to who's in the 4A West. They're both in the 4A West now moving forward. So those Casper schools are 4A West opponents. Those will be conference games coming up in a couple of weeks. That's going to do it for me. Again, thank you to our crew for helping us bring you this game. I hope you'll tune in to Duke Dance. They are underway down the road a piece in Smithfield, Utah. The Star Valley Braves taking on the Skyview Bobcats. We'll switch over to the radio coverage there. Again, your final here, Star Valley Lady Braves falling to the visiting Preston Indians 56-38. We'll see you next time.